guys, so today in this video it's gonna be completely different because I am testing out a new editing app that I just downloaded from my smartphone a few days ago. So next video will be about model railways, I promise. But yeah, this is a little video that I kind of want to talk to you about. It's about slow motion, and if you've seen my videos previously where I would derail a train in slow motion, and I tried to do that in this one, but unfortunately that video got pretty much pointless and the track hit shorting, and it was making me swear like a sailor. So yeah, let's do this video. So yeah, slow motion and how I film it. Well, to be honest, slow motion is not like anything that you would see on TV right before your eyes. So I'm gonna explain to you about how a camera works. The camera that you're using, the one that you're using now to film your videos, there's actually something that's actually happening in your camera while you're filming. Let's say, for example, you're filming a Steam logo go by, I don't know. What's happening to your camera is that it's not just filming it, it's actually taking pictures of it. So what's happening is that your camera is actually taking around, I'd say 25 to 30 pictures in just 1 second. Same thing applies movies and televisions too. Like what happens, the cameras they're using, their cameras do the same thing. It's actually taking multiple pictures in just 1 second. Like it'll look like you're actually looking at a moving object, but what you're looking at is still pictures just shown to you very, very fast. So what's happening, what you're seeing around here, if I move my phone around, what it's doing as I'm filming this, it is taking multiple pictures in just 1 second. I would say around 30 pictures per second. That is 30 frames per second. And how I film in slow motion, what I do is that I can choose 2 individual frame rates on my phone. That'll be 120 FPS and 240 FPS. And what's happening in slow motion, this camera right here is seeing every detail that's going on pretty much. So what's happening in slow motion is that in reality you're not getting you're getting detail, but it feels like it's just not enough. But if you're watching it back in slow motion, you will see what's really going on, and the difference is amazing. It's just awesome. So I'm gonna put together some footage for you, and we can see what we get. Okay, let's look back at some of the footage that I did. Here's Thomas pulling 5 coaches in 30 frames per second, and he does it pretty good. And now we're gonna move on to 120 frames per second. And as you can see, you are starting to see more, probably a bit more detail than what you would probably see in real time. Now we are at 240 frames per second, and you can see that the image is starting to become much more clearer, and you won't see much detail in what I just said, but you will see the detail that is in these footages, and the difference is just absolutely amazing. I also filmed a tornado at 240 frames per second, and you can see before your eyes, in real time, it'll just come down very, very quickly with this propeller operating it. But in slow motion, it looks much more interesting. Feels like a snake is coming down or something. It just looks so cool. That was really fun, filming all that in slow motion. With Thomas at 240 frames per second, you may have noticed that the light has gotten brighter, probably. That is because I use a flashlight, and the reason being is because in slow motion, you are probably going to have the film at a spot where there's light, or at as much light as possible, sorry. Yeah, add as much light as possible. Because in slow motion, depending on the frame rate, the higher the frame rate is, the dimmer your view will be if you look at the viewfinder on your camera. I'm not sure why that happens. I guess it might have something to do with the frame rate being so high. But yeah. And another thing about slow motion is that they only give you pretty much so much to film. What I mean is that you probably only have like a few seconds to record. It's not like, oh, you have 10 seconds and after 10 seconds it just stops recording automatically. You can pretty much record as long as you want in slow motion. It's just that it only gives you so much that one 5-second footage can last up to 2 hours because of how slow it is. But yeah, that's the thing about slow motion. It's perfect, it's amazing, it's perfect for doing almost whatever you want. But do bear in mind though, there are a lot of stuff out there that is impossible to film in slow motion, such as glass cracking for one. That and what else can I think of? The speed of light. Yeah. That's pretty damn fast, but yeah. So that's all I have today for this video. I'm just testing out a new editing software app on my smartphone that I downloaded a few days ago. I promise the next video will be about model railways, so if I can come up with an idea for it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.